Hey, this is Heidi Dawson. If you love all things health and wellness and style of any kind, hang out here with me each week. I'm obsessed with never-ending improvement, and it's all in an effort to help each one of us live a wildly successful lifestyle. Subscribe today so you don't miss a thing. Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 240 of the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast. Thanks for being here, and thank you for listening, and also for sharing the episodes with your friends and family. It means a lot when you do that, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, I often find myself very, very busy. You would know that if you listened to episode 238, where I kind of did a rampage about it. And it's just like you, I'm sure. I mean, I have a lot on my plate. You do too, and a lot of which we've put there, right? But sometimes we think just because we're putting in a lot of effort, we should be super successful. Like if we work our butt off at the gym, we should have the body we want, right? Or if we're busy reading good books, consuming good podcasts, getting lots of degrees and certifications, we should be super successful. Isn't that right? But effort and busyness doesn't mean you're gonna reach your goal, no matter how hard you work out. If you follow that workout up with a hamburger and milkshake, you're not gonna have the body you want. And no matter how many degrees you have, if you don't use that to take action, then you've been successful at getting a degree, and that's about it. No matter how many diet books you buy, the books aren't going to make the salad for you. And I just finished life coach certification, and if I do nothing with that, well, it's just another expensive certificate to add to my wall to make me feel successful. But successful at what? What's my end goal? If it were simply to have a life coach certification, well, mission accomplished. But not many people pay that much money for a certificate to just say, look what I did. They usually have dreams to do something with it. And that's the piece we're often missing, is the outcome of what we actually want. And sometimes if we're being honest, we're spinning our wheels, and maybe it's intentional because we don't know the next step, or we don't know how we're going to make things happen. So we just consume, hoping someone else has the answer, or hoping that with this certificate, I'll finally have made it. And if your goal is to have the most certificates or degrees, then you've done it. But that is not the goal most of us are wanting. We want to make a difference. We want to add value. We want to create something. We want to leave a legacy of success in some way. And if we're really being honest, most of us would like to make money while we do it. So consuming other people's products is not going to make you money. Getting another degree is not going to make you money. Reading books and listening to podcasts is not going to make you money. Now, they add value to your life. Of course they do. They add value to your life, but they're adding money to the person that created it. A famous self-improvement author was asked by someone if buying their book would make them wealthier. The author looked at him and said, "You buying my book makes me wealthier. You reading it and applying it will make you wealthier." I loved that quote. And look, I'm a podcaster, so I don't want you to stop listening to podcasts. There's value there. I just want to encourage you to create the value you were born to create. If you're like me, my comfort zone is a good podcast, a good positive podcast or positive book, or taking a course or learning something new. And that needs to be always part of your life because that adds value to you. But it doesn't need to come at the expense of you creating your own value. Note to self, because I still find myself doing that. I think we all do. But I've become keenly aware of it, and I'm making great strides to change it. So I get up early, and I love to start my day very first thing in the morning with a positive message of mindfulness and self-awareness, and that's okay. But I've also started adding in a morning marketing and business message, an area in which I want to grow. So I'm comfortable with the mindset message. It's very easy for me to listen to that. But I'm growing from the business and marketing message because it's something that doesn't come naturally to me. Now, my podcast is an area that's very comfortable for me. Marketing is an area that isn't so comfortable. So I'm really challenging myself. And I'm setting up this challenge in the next 2 weeks to write and send out 2 ads to reach people for my empowerment coaching package. I can't change people's lives if they don't know what I'm offering, or even that I'm offering it. Now, it would be nice if people just fell into my lap without me stepping out of my comfort zone to reach them. But no one's going to knock on our door and hand us success. We have to go make it. And it's uncomfortable knowing that it might take me 15 tries to get an ad that works. But guess what? Just like I won't quit putting these episodes out twice a week because I know the value they're adding, I also know the value of coaching because I'm a product of it. So I won't quit until I find what works to reach the people looking for it. Now that's uncomfortable. And just writing that makes me want to grab my phone and scroll on Twitter for an instant distraction. But remember, from a couple episodes ago, I challenged myself to stay off Twitter until I leave for Belize, so I can't even do that. Actually, I can. I choose not to. We have to take small steps. P.T. Barnum says, comfort is the enemy of progress. It's true. And being busy does not equal results. So stop spinning your wheels and start taking action. Even if you aren't sure how, just do it. And you'll figure out how, because when it doesn't work, you just got one step closer to what will work, as long as you don't quit. If you're like me, you have big dreams, and that's wonderful, ideal even. But make sure you're not consuming books and podcasts to buffer. Make sure you aren't keeping yourself so busy because you're really afraid of the next step. You're afraid of the discomfort, afraid you'll fail. Failure is really the only way you're going to eventually succeed, so get good at it. Know up front it's going to be uncomfortable and you could fail. What's the worst that can happen? Come on, you fail and you're embarrassed. Or you fail and you feel humiliated. That's the worst that can happen. It's not fun, but we can do it, right? Confidence is where you do things you've already done so you know you can do it well again. Self-confidence is doing something new that could succeed or fail, but you're going to have the courage to do it anyway. My challenge to you is this. If you're a self-improvement junkie like me, commit to not buying one more book until you finish the ones you've already bought. And commit to looking at your list of things you need to do and prioritizing and optimizing. Commit to getting clarity of your outcome, and then ask yourself, is what I'm doing every day moving me closer to my outcome, keeping me stagnant, or moving me further away? It really is that simple. Not easy, but simple. We can spend our whole life being busy, but when we intentionally direct that effort towards a certain outcome and take the action needed for that outcome, now that effort will get you your results. I love you guys. I'll talk to you in a few days. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends, because we're just going to keep going bigger and better places together, and I love that about us. Talk to you in a few days.